Hi, Perry Academy parents. Ms. Vance here, and I'm one of the school counselors at Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. I just want to take out some time today to help you learn how you can have your child prove that they're completing their work. I'm a 6th grade parent myself, and I know that one of the easiest ways to help our kids stay on track is simply to ask them if they've done their work. But we might see a grade drop or a 0 in the grade book or get an email from a teacher letting us know that something isn't getting done. So today I'm going to give you some tips on how you can have your child prove it. First of all, it's important to know that all of their work is posted through Canvas. There's a classroom in Canvas for each of the courses that they are in, and within that, they're using something called modules. You'll see it in action here in a second. At this point, your students know how to use Canvas and know how to get to modules. This is something they've been doing so long already this year, so they know how to do that step. Skyward is good for checking grades down the road, but you're not going to get immediate results from Skyward. So if you're trying to see if your kids completed something the same day, I wouldn't use Skyward. Lastly, there are a few other tools like the Canvas Parent app or being logged into Canvas as an observer. However, I've found that those aren't ideal for a few reasons, and I'll share that with you at the end. So the 4 tips I want to talk to you about today are looking for the word submitted, looking for an actual score on the assignment, looking at the actual assignment document and seeing if they've put the work inside of it, if you can see they're typing in their actual work. And lastly, if it's something that's being done through an outside site, following that link and looking for proof there. Now I'm going to show you how this works in an actual student dashboard. So let me switch over to that, move this out of the way. So this is an actual student dashboard. If it looks a little bit different, they might be in something called list view. And I'm not a huge fan of list view simply because it's easy for things to get lost, I feel like. Let me show you. Like here for language arts for today, you have to click on something to actually see all the assignments, whereas in card view, the other way, it's all kind of in one place. So if it's in list view, I would suggest your student just switch it back to card view, even if it's just for the few moments that you are having them show you their work. In card view, there's basically a box for each course that you see here. And a student goes to that course simply by clicking on it. So we're going to use language arts as an example here. Once they go into their course, they know that they are supposed to click on modules. I'm going to go ahead and go into modules. And in some courses, you might see some announcements at the top. You can see the dates and when they were posted, but I'm going to, it's just like reloading here for some reason. I'm going to scroll down here to Thursday, November 19th, the day that I'm checking on. Modules have a list of assignments or activities. There might be several, there might be a few, but the best way to have your child prove their work is just to simply start at the top like they would if they were doing their work and click through. So I'm going to click on the very first task that's listed. And I might have my child sitting with me and I might ask them about it if I don't know what it is. I can read the screen though and see that this is just a reminder that they needed to do their daily attendance question. So you might just ask them, hey, did you do your daily attendance question? If they didn't, you'll know because you got a text or a phone call. At the bottom, you click next. It goes ahead and takes you to the next assignment in that list. So here's where we're going to start using those tips. This was a quiz that she had to take, and right away I see a few kinds of proof that she's done it. It says the quiz has been regraded. Over here, there's a score posted. Here it says there was an attempt made. Here's another score. There's a score listed here. And if I scroll down, I actually can see the questions, her answers, and the correct answers if she got them wrong. If this had not been submitted, I wouldn't see all this evidence of scores. And when I scroll down to the questions, they would be blank. So okay, good job. You did that assignment. Moving on. Scroll to the bottom, click next. It takes me to the next activity in the list. This one, if I'm kind of new to it, I'm looking for proof. I don't see anything that says submitted or score or anything like that. So if I have my child here, which is ideal, I'm going to say to them, how can you prove to me that you did this Amplify vocabulary? And that student's going to take you to an outside website. They know how to get to Amplify, or if they're an Amplify student, and they can show you the work in Amplify program. So this one, they're just going to have to take me to that outside website. I click on next. I'm looking for proof like the word submitted or a score. I don't really see that. As I read the directions, I see it needs to be loaded in a new browser window. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it to load it. It's opening Google Assignments, and I see the name of the assignment here. And right away, I see the word submitted. I see another clue here because it says you're all set. Your assignment is submitted. I could even go further and click into the assignment to see her actual work. And I can see there that she's typed here the directions and she's typed in the answers. Now I can close out these windows because I only need this one over here because it's the Canvas. So I'm going to close those out. Those are just the assignments that opened. We've proven that she's done that one. So I'm going to scroll down and click next again. And I'm taking you through this whole module because it does give us a few different examples of types of assignments. They don't all look the same in Canvas. So you just kind of have to be on the lookout for different ways that the child might be able to prove their work. Here's another one where we load it outside of Canvas. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. There's no proof on this screen that says she's completed it. So I'm going to load this. This is actually taking me to an outside site called Edpuzzle. And again, I'm going to look for proof of a score, the word submitted or turned in or something like that. All right, right away, it's not even all the way loaded, but I see on the side, you're done. I could click here to show her results and go from there. So this is, I have proof that she's completed this and I can close out of it. Going back to Canvas, down to the bottom, I click next. And I don't see anything that says submitted, turned in. I don't see a score. It is still loading, so let's wait a moment. Okay, this is an outside Google assignment. I can scroll down here and I see the word submitted, and I see this little symbol here that means I'm all set. If I wanted to actually look at the work, I could click into the file here. Going to click next. And this is telling me that she is at the end of the module, and that's all the assignments for that class. So we've gone through language arts and checked that she's done her work for today in language arts. We would need to repeat these steps for the other classes. Keep in mind, though, that sometimes there might only be 1 or 2 tasks per day, so it actually wouldn't take you too long to go through every single class and have them prove their work. I want to kind of go back for a second. I'll bring those tips back up on the screen, but I want to go back for a second too and just talk a little bit about the Canvas Parent app and being an observer in Canvas. I tried them. I've tried them all out myself, and with the being an observer, especially if you're on your phone, you can see the assignments, but sometimes it's showing you extra ones that are maybe locked to the student. So it's a little bit misleading. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I'd rather see what the student sees and have them show me. The other thing that some parents have used is a Canvas Parent app. It's a completely separate app on your phone. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this. I can't see it in the module format, at least not the way I did it. Maybe there's another way. So all it's showing me is her grades. Now, I say it that way because any grades that you see in Canvas are just All that matters is the grades on each assignment. If you see like a class grade in Canvas, that is not accurate. Our course grades are all kept in Skyward because there might be assignments outside of Canvas that are affecting your students' grades. So don't use Canvas to look at your students' grades unless you're just looking at those individual assignment scores like we just did. So overall, just looking at my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. Overall, I've kind of given you an example of how you can look for each of these types of proof. It might have seemed like it took a long time today, one, because my internet wasn't being very quick, and two, because I'm explaining it along the way. But when you sit down with your child, I think if you take 10 or 15 minutes a day at the end of the day and have them just go through every class and prove it, you're going to see a little bit more about what they're doing at school and be able to check in that they're completing their work. If you run across things that aren't completed, you could keep a list for them and it's homework for that evening, for example. I will also say, don't forget about music courses if your students are in music, band, choir, orchestra, and also specials. Every student is in a specials class every quarter, so it's important that they check those classes. Even if they think they don't post something every day, they should at least go in and check because sometimes they do. And a lot of times students miss that because they're not in the habit of checking every day. I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me. It's cvance@perryschools.org, or you can reach out to the teachers as well. We are here to help you and hope that this was a step in the right direction. Thank you.